Pinball Wizard asks, my kids are getting into watching wrestling, and I struggle with the issue of keeping it kayfabe for them or explaining how wrestling works. What are your opinions on this? Good question. Interesting. The
Um,
wrestling dad's conundrum.
I mean, I don't know how old they are.
Well, just getting into wrestling. Let's put them at 8.
If they're 8, they've already Googled, is this shit fake?
Maybe.
You know.
No reason to keep the illusion alive.
Um, it's like anything else. When somebody say, well, that that is what you do fake, and you say, yeah, and I say, well, not the chairs. They go, oh, yeah, the chairs are that's the fakest thing of all. And they because they would end up defending your business. To whereas if you said, you do the Schultz and break somebody's, pop somebody's eardrum with it, so that feel fake.
I was going to
Yeah,
say Eddie Graham, and they're rolling over in their graves right now, Kevin. So
you know what? I woke up off an airplane a couple weeks ago. I didn't take a bump. I didn't do shit. I didn't work out. I didn't jerk off. I didn't take a straining dump. And man, I had sciatica, and it didn't go away. And I went and got an MRI, and I've got a couple herniated discs, and that ain't from anything except cumulative damage to doing that fake bullshit, landing on wood with a 300-pound guy landing on top of you.
mhm.
Yeah, I was watching the other day. There was a match. Somebody had sent it to me on one of the social media thing, and it starts off where Bill hits me with a spin kick. That's like the first clip, and Russo's out there, and Jeff's out there, and that kick looks like it tears my head up. But I think that thank God I was so tall that I could like build. I wasn't. It's like when I throw a punch at a normal human being, like my wheelhouse is kind of right where their face is, so I'm not punching up. Where Bill always had to kick up,
Right.
and it gave me a chance to get out of the way more so I didn't take the velocity of those kicks. Um, I always enjoyed. I mean, there's something about going out there with a guy that like Brad. Brad was stiff. That's why his shit looked good because he was stiff.
Hmm.
Shawn was stiff as fuck. Shawn Michaels was
Yeah.
stiff. Scott was stiff. If you were Scott's friend and they told Scott to hit you with something, be ready for a concussion and stitches or a combination of both. Because if the more friend you were, the harder he was going to hit you with whatever he was hitting you with. So
Huh. Wow. All right. Trash boat. Were you ever approached to do any horror movies with your size? I can see you being a great Jason or Michael Myers. You did one, right?
I did a
Weren't you a
couple.
bad guy in one?
I did a couple. Well, I did one called what was it called? I did the
Exactly.
Manor. That was a low budget one. That was kind of a horror movie. Um, but there were two movies that I did that never got released. One, I was this giant vampire, and we shot it down in Austin. I only shot maybe 4 or 5 days on it, but I was this giant vampire, and the sound guy, they didn't pay the sound guy, and he took all the fucking sound tapes. So that movie never got released.
Wow.
And the other one was called Rachel's Revenge, and Victor. I think his name was Tomasino. He did that, and it just kind of went awry. But what we had, like the footage that we had, was really some good footage. It just kind of just it's just one of those low budget things where the budget was gone before the film was finished.
With current acting roles, is that something you'd be okay doing? Being a hooded killer or creature?
No, I
No.
got no desire.
How about from the audience? Let's get some questions from our friends here at clickthisTV.com. They've signed up, they've joined the crew. Like